The famous Tower of London, a bustling urban city with a 2,000-year history, is steeped in ambition, betrayal, and blood. A story of incarceration, power battles, and unspeakable pain is contained behind these old stone walls. Are you prepared to discover the sinister mysteries of the tower? Preface. For more than 1,000 years, the Tower of London, which was constructed by William the Conqueror, has stood as a testament to authority. It served as a prison, royal home, and fortification where kings reigned and traitors were put to death. We explore the terrifying tales that reverberate through these stone walls today, stories you won't believe. The tower's origin. William the Conqueror attempted to establish his rule after winning the Battle of Hastings in 1066. He commissioned a magnificent fortification in the center of London to rule and terrify. Gundulf of Rochester, a monk architect, created this White Tower to represent Norman power. When it was built, it was a feat of engineering. Workers labored day and night, frequently in harsh conditions, moving timber and stone. As it ascended, the tower came to represent Norman might and terror to the vanquished Saxons, a palace and a fortress. The tower's main function was protection, but it also functioned as a royal home. Within its gates, kings and queens resided in luxury and held lavish feasts and rituals. But there was a price for the tower's magnificence. People became resentful of it because of its luxury, which stood in sharp contrast to the poverty outside. During the Peasants' Revolt in 1381, King Richard II, one of the most notorious royal inmates, took sanctuary in the tower. Even while the tower offered short-term security, the uprising brought attention to the rising discontent among the common people of England, the dark side, imprisonment, and torture. Over the ages, the tower's imperial splendor was eclipsed by its reputation as a jail. It turned into a detention facility for people who opposed the monarchy. Common criminals and high-ranking nobility were among the inmates. One of the most notorious was Anne Boleyn, King Henry VIII's second wife, who perished tragically on Tower Green. Even still, her ghost is rumored to be haunting the tower, gripping her severed head. The torture chambers in the tower served as a somber reminder of its more sinister intent. One of the most dreaded tools was the rack, which was made to strain a prisoner's body to its limit. The Devil's Dancing Bear, Bishop Edmund Bonner, was infamous for his brutality. He earned his position in the annals of infamy by torturing numerous Protestants during the reign of Queen Mary Tudor. The story of Cuthbert Simpson, a Protestant deacon who spent hours on the rack without betraying his congregation, is one that is especially heartbreaking. Even his tormentors were astounded by his fortitude, but it was insufficient to save him from dying in a fire. The 9-Day Queen, Jane Grey. As the Queen of England in 1553, 15-year-old Lady Jane Grey was thrown into the public eye, a piece in a perilous political game, under the influence of her father-in-law, the Duke of Northumberland. Jane's rule was overthrown by Mary Tudor's army after just 9 days. Jane's fate was predetermined, despite her childhood and innocence. She was executed on Tower Green after being imprisoned in the tower. One of the worst incidents in the tower's history is her story, famous escapes and mysteries. Not all of them perished inside the tower. Some were able to make bold getaways. The story of the Bishop of Durham's escape in 1100 is one of shrewdness and good fortune. He escaped his captors by descending the tower's walls and making his way to France while concealing a rope in a wine cask. Another notorious story is Colonel Thomas Blood's daring attempt to steal the crown jewels in 1671. Blood entered the jewel house using charm while posing as a reverend, but he was apprehended. Amazingly, King Charles II, who was impressed by his boldness, pardoned him and even gave him a pension. Blood's heist is still regarded as one of the most fabled tales from the tower. The tower's ghosts. It is rumored that the ghosts of the tower's history haunt its walls. The most well-known ghost is that of Anne Boleyn, but she is not alone. It is thought that young Edward V and his brother Richard, the princes in the tower, were killed inside. The tower's ominous aura is enhanced by their terrible story, the Ravens, Tower Defenders. Ravens are the most well-known inhabitants of the tower. According to legend, the tower and the realm will collapse if the Ravens ever go. They are lifetime stewards of this historic location, with their wings clipped to guarantee their presence. Final remarks. The Tower of London is a testament to the extremes of history, cruelty, ambition, tenacity, and legacy. Its heritage is both regal and gruesome, having served as both a royal palace and a gloomy prison. We are reminded of the cost of power and the tenacity of the human spirit by the best and worst of human nature that have passed through its gates. That being said, I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again soon.